That fear is the big one.
Fear is the biggest thing, that biggest obstacle.
Perspective, though, right? Just how you look at it. Like, let me tell you this ridiculous fear story. You know, I was a big cat, right?
How much did you weigh at the time?
The heaviest I ever recorded was 417. I was hefty. I was chubby, but I was big chubby. So I go to Jewel on my lunch break, and I'm eating hot wings. You know, the little Jewel wings?
Who does that, man? That's the first time I've ever heard that sentence.
You ever had them?
No.
Shit. That's why you better get them. And they cheap. And they call wing-zings. They call wing-zings. So anyway, So I'm sitting there in my car eating the wings, right? And then a car pulls up next to me. And I put the wing down. Like I didn't want her to see me looking like eating the wing. It's like I don't want her to think I'm a fat piece of shit slob. And I wouldn't leave till she left. And this happened a few times. And then once they leave, I start eating again. And at the moment, it didn't bother me. But as I've been trying to work on fear and judgment of others and rejection, all that kind of shit, I reflected back on those moments like, how ridiculous is that? Human beings eat. The reason they're probably at that store is to go get food. What is so weird about me eating in my car? Like, that's not weird. And that was it was so embedded in me.
There's a lot of that, though. My wife was raised with all that shit, right? So I'll do shit weird just to fuck with the norm. Why are we doing that, right? And I feel like doing this. I feel like eating wings in the car. And she's like, no, you can't. That doesn't look right. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what it looks like. Who cares? It looks right to who? Who are these people? I don't even know them. Why the fuck do I care about their opinion?
There was a study of a class and then a professor. The class was supposed to go in and their only job was to listen to the professor talk about whatever the topic was. The professor's job was to go teach them. But the caveat was he had to wear this like crazy, colorful outfit that looked ridiculous. It was like lime green, brown, red, blue. It was like the most ridiculous rainbow suit. They said, so how'd you feel about the lecture? He goes, you know what? I couldn't stop thinking about my fucking outfit. He was too focused on what he thought people thought. So then they asked the students. The question was, did you guys notice his outfit? Let's say it was like 75% didn't even notice. Yeah. Like another 10, 15% said, you know what? I did notice it was a little funky, but whatever. I was too busy listening to the lecture. And then like 2% was like, yeah, the guy's a fucking idiot. Is that 2% of the people thinking that worth you not giving that lecture? No one cares. That's the thing. Right. No one really cares at the end of the day what the fuck we doing. I don't really care what you're doing. You don't really care what I'm doing. And I mean that not from because you're an asshole, I'm an asshole. You got to do your shit. No, but you got to live your life.
Yeah. All we want from other people is honesty. As long as you're being honest, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're wearing. I would MC these like poetry readings and shit like that in the city back in Pilsen for Gosamos. And I would like feel my voice shaking and I would be sweating and I'd be nervous. At the end, everybody would clap and say, oh, you did a great job MCing. And I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You heard, you said, no, you were amazing. I'm like, oh, so the thing that I'm feeling when I'm up there and I'm fucking, nervous, and it happened with the podcast in the beginning too. When I feel nervous and I think people can see that I'm nervous and they can hear that I'm nervous, it's not true. It's all in my fucking head, man. It's all in my fucking head. And you might be doing the best job of your life and not even fucking know it, not even be able to enjoy it in the moment.
You know, it's funny you say that because I've been on this kick and I've always been pretty honest, but I've definitely lied before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times my lies are to not hurt someone, or at least that's what my thought is. I haven't really lied a ton in my life, except maybe the police. I'm not trying to get shot or killed. So I'll lie to them motherfuckers. I might lie to my grandmother so I don't get in trouble, something like that. But I typically didn't lie to my friends, shit like that. But just recently, I've gotten super hardcore about being brutally honest. And what I have learned, it's probably the most powerful thing that I have learned, period. Being brutally honest to not only everyone else, but most importantly, yourself. A lot of times the reason why people don't like smoking weed or they don't like doing psychedelics, shit like that, is because it forces you to see shit that you might not want to see.
People have told me that. I know people who are uptight, fucking anxious, they got anxiety problems. I'm like, you need to hit one of these. And they're like, no, man, because I'm paranoid and I know it's going to open my mind up. I have that shit locked tight. Like, I don't want to open it up.
That might be the thing you need. No, it's not even might be. That is the thing you need. You know what it really works with? Women.
Me and my wife's been smoking since 2014 every night, just dissecting life, right? Just dissecting our marriage, just speaking honest. We've taken Molly and just being honest and dissecting. She'll tell me about her work and I'll be like, you know what? That bitch is trying to double cross you. And I'll tell her about what I want to do. And she's like, and she'll give me advice. And it's just, we're just fucking high. And exploring life, right? Analyzing it together, right? I know couples that are going through some shit. I'm like, you guys need to smoke, man.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, no, we're not like that. Or, they're hung up on like smoking weed is bad or bad people smoke weed. And it's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. There's a reason why the whole goddamn country's coming around with that shit. Dude, being brutally honest, the reason why most guys lie to women, right, is because they're scared to lose them or like the entry into them. You know what I'm saying?
She's not going to accept me how I am. So I have to present something.
But what I have learned, and I've been so much better with women with this mindset, is that I do not value your vagina over valuing myself. And I had to get there. I had to fake it till I make it.
I was going to say, not a lot of guys do that.
Finally, I was like, you know what? I am worthy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started really putting in the work. Like, you know what? Well, I am dope. And listen, that's not to be arrogant.
Yeah.
I think we all should be dope.
There's other dope people. I'm just saying I'm one of them.
Yes, yeah. I'm definitely one of them. I'm confident. Yeah. Fuck you. But you should be dope too, though.
Yeah.
And you should be dope too. And to be honest, not should be, you are dope. You just maybe got to find your dopeness.
Yeah.
That's why my podcast is called Caresnone, Be Dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I really believe that in my heart. I don't really hear like I'm arrogant too much anymore, but I've heard it in the past. So I'm like, maybe I'm not saying what I really want to say. It's like, we all are dope. Once I started valuing myself over vagina, and then listen, be willing to walk away.
That's power, man. Knowing your worth, right? Which is a rare quality. And the whole arrogant thing, do you think that had to do with you being younger and black? We're not supposed to be confident, right? We're not supposed to be confident. And so if we're confident, oh, you're arrogant. You're boastful. I'm like, I'm not bragging. I'm just confident. Like, I know what I'm not a lot of things, but I know what I am.
I have definitely been arrogant in the past before. I've definitely been like, oh, I'm better than you, like, which is ridiculous now.
But you kind of have to start like that, right? To break out of
you got to fake it till you make it. Yes.
Yeah, you got to fake it till you make it.
You got to fake it till you make it. And you got to, and the reason I always go back to women as far as, because that's like one of the main fundamental things that we all deal with is a relationship amongst the other sex. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you could understand that, which is one of the things that's innately like one of the most important things, like relationships and offspring, kids, like one of the most important things about being alive. Would you agree?
It's the thing that's helped me more than anything, right? To have somebody who knows me, is completely opposite than me, but is my best friend, and just knows me and sees things from a completely different angle. But it's always right. It's the same fucking thing, but it's always right. But it's just a completely different angle. And I wouldn't be the person I am without it.